Hi, this is Sean Keith with Keith Law Group, and this is your September update on the acetaminophen and autism litigation. First, I want to apologize. It's September. It's beautiful weather. The fall is here. Football is here. It's fantastic. And of course, now my allergies have completely kicked in. So I apologize for the weak voice this morning. But I wanted to get this update to you on Friday, September 8th. For those of you who have been following along as clients or not as clients, we have been waiting for the FDA to determine if they were going to get involved in this litigation. It would be, if you remember me telling you, very unusual for that to happen. The FDA doesn't typically get involved in these private litigations, but the court asked it back in April if it wanted to submit a statement of interest in this matter. On Friday, a letter was issued by the FDA through the United States Attorney for the Southern District of New York. And the letter says in the first paragraph, the United States respectfully declines the court's invitation to submit a statement of interest in this matter. So that's what I had initially expected to happen. I think I told you that back in July or June. However, since the FDA had asked for an extension of time to submit a letter, I thought perhaps that they were going to. They have not. The defense has jumped onto the fact that the FDA has in the past done reviews of studies. In fact, the last review of a connection between acetaminophen and ADHD was done in March of 2023. And in this letter, they also say the limitations and inconsistent findings of current observational studies of acetaminophen and neurobehavioral and urogenital outcomes are unable to support a determination of causality. So the FDA in that sense is saying our most recent studies from March of 2023 simply found that we didn't see necessarily a connection between acetaminophen and ADHD or autism. Well, number one, they didn't enter their opinion or issue a statement of interest. Number two, that's more appropriate for the judge to enter a ruling on. And most importantly, the FDA is oftentimes behind the private sector when it comes to studies. And in this case, there are a lot of studies, there's a lot of data that our experts have that the FDA does not and did not when they reviewed this in March of 2023. In fact, the plaintiffs, through their leadership, submitted the most recent studies and all the studies that our experts had looked at in the event they wanted to look at those. They were invited to sit in depositions and all kinds of things. And basically the FDA said, no, thank you. We're not going to get involved in this. Our last study said there wasn't a connection. But I'll also remind everybody that this is a bad warning label case. So our claim is, look, you've known that there's a potential connection between the acetaminophen usage during pregnancy and ADHD and autism. You've known that for a long time. All you have to do is put one sentence on the warning label that says, studies have shown a potential connection between use of acetaminophen during pregnancy and ADHD, autism, period. We're not making a claim that every single time that a person takes acetaminophen during pregnancy, that they have an autistic child. That's not the claim that we're making. So two very important points. The defense has jumped onto this and said, oh, well, the FDA said there wasn't any causation. The FDA often says things that are a little bit behind the times. And so this is what I would consider great news. Certainly if the judge decided to, the judge can always dismiss these cases based on a number of things. But today I would take this as excellent news. We've gotten over another hurdle. There'll be more hurdles coming up at the end of this year on the Daubert motions where they're sizing up our experts. But for today, for this month, for September, the FDA has not entered into this argument, and we're moving on and continuing to fight. If you have any questions about this or something else, please feel free to contact me. I'm, again, Sean Keith with Keith Law Group.